Happy Thursday, almost through another week. Today we're going to actually combine two things that we've been working on. The first is, well, the second is actually finding the sum of the first, and we're going to in particular go with 100 terms of a sequence. And that means that we have to go back to something we learned earlier, which is how to find the 100th term. So to put it all together, I put together some steps that you can follow. And if you want to like pause the video and copy them down so you can look at it as you go through your practice problems, you're obviously more than welcome to. But the first thing that you're going to have to do is make sure that you find the first term in the sequence, which is pretty easy. That's a sub 1. That's the very first term. So if you sneak down to the bottom of the screen, for my first example, 26 is my a sub 1. Then the next thing that I'm going to find is the 100th term. And that goes back to a couple days ago that we were finding the 100th term. I think it was maybe on Monday you watched that video clip. But what it boiled down to was the 100th term was equal to the first term plus the common difference, d, times 100 minus 1, because remember we had to do 1 less than the term number that we were looking for because we didn't count the first term. The first term was already covered. So that's how we get 99 there. I think he might have written 99 times d. That doesn't really matter the order that you put that in. I always put the d part first, so d times 99. So remember that 99 comes from 100 minus 1 because we already have the first term accounted for, so we're looking at 99 terms after that, basically is what it happens. And so if I wanted to find the 90th term, this would be 89. If I wanted to find the 80th term, this would be 79. If I wanted to find the 22nd term, this would be 21. But the concept is pretty much the same. I always have to do n minus 1, one less n there than I am looking for. And then we're going to put it together with the sum formula that we did yesterday. And specifically, we're going to be doing the sum of the first 100 terms. So our n in this case is always going to be 100. So when we put it in the form, n over 2 was the general form. It was n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. So the sum of the first n terms. So n changes in terms of how many numbers I'm looking for. In this case, again, we're going to be specific to 100. Your problems are all going to use 100, so we're going to be specific to the formula where n is 100. Okay, so let's jump in and get to work. I'm going to go through two examples with you, and then you have 4 on your worksheet that you can try on your own. I'm thinking that next week we'll probably test on the first portion of this unit, so expect that maybe on Tuesday. Maybe we'll review on Monday, go through everything that you need to do, review on Tuesday, just so sort of a heads up on what to expect. So I have my a sub 1, my first term. Now I need to find a sub 100. So I need to find the 100th term. In order to do that, I need to figure out what's going on here, what's being added each time. And between two numbers, sometimes it's easier to see than others. And right here from 42 to 50 plus 8 seems very obvious to me. And then I go back and check, is 34 plus 8 42? It is. Is 26 plus 8 34? It is. Okay, so now I know that my D is 8. So then to find my 100th term, my a sub 100, when I say that, that's sub as in subscript, a sub, like sub sandwich, a subscript 100. I just abbreviate that. And that is the first term plus the common difference times 99. And this is where a calculator comes in handy. So I'll pull out my calculator. Use your phone if you need to. Whatever you need to do, it doesn't matter. I'm going to I have my calculator handy today. I left my phone downstairs. So this is 26 plus 8 times 99. That'll give me my 100th term. My 100th term is 818, so that's 818. So now I'll move to finding my sum, and so my sum of the first 100 terms is 100 over 2. This is going to be a constant in here, and maybe some of you are already going to say, well, isn't that 50? Of course, so you can use 50 right away. So 100 over 2, 50 is what I'm going to use when I do that division. And then I have to do the sum of the first term and the 100th term. And so I have the first term, 26, plus the 100th term, 818. I didn't leave myself too much room there. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and use my calculator. So I'll pull out the calculator, slide that up. You can see what I'm plugging in. Again, use your phone if you have it. So this is 50 times 26 plus 818, and then I get my answer. So in this case, the sum of the first 100 terms is 42,200. So 42,200 will be my final answer for that one. 42,200 is what I'll end with. Okay, so let's go through that same process with the next one. Again, I need my first term. So I have my first term right here. A sub 1 is equal to negative 7. And then when I look to see what's going on here, it looks to me like I'm subtracting 5 each time. So that's my D. So A sub 100 is my first term plus my D times 99. Again, the 99 comes from 100 minus 1 because we are doing 99 terms after the first term. And then I pull out my calculator again, and I do negative 7 plus negative 5 times 99. And I get negative 502, so my 100th term is negative 502. Now I need to go ahead and find my sum. So my sum is equal to, that color is too similar to the first one I used, so I'm going to change that up. I'll go with blue. So the sum of the first 100 terms is 100 divided by 2. Again, we can use that as 50 times the first term, negative 7, plus the 100th term, negative 502. So I'll go ahead and get my calculator. Some of you might change that to minus right away. Again, it really doesn't matter. I'm just using the calculator to calculate it, so as long as I plug it in right, it should be okay. So this is 50 times negative 7 plus negative 502, and I get negative 25,450. So this equals negative 25,450, and that's my final answer. So today, again, you're going to be doing, you'll have multiple choice answers. So when you work through your problems, you'll know you did it all right if one of the answers is there. So just kind of be careful with what you do. If you're not finding the answer in there, then just double check your work and see if you put something in wrong. Again, as always, have a great day. If you need me, let me know. And I guess that's all I have for you. Talk to you later.